Tonight on DC News Now, chaos at the White House as a driver crashes into a security gate. A former Secret Service special agent walks us through the likely investigation.
A proposal to ICE immigration operations in Maryland.
These abductions, these kidnappings, they are happening in our community.
The Montgomery County Council set to vote on a bill to restrict federal agents.
After that summery feel the last couple of days and even some stronger thunderstorms earlier today, we're back to the cold as we look ahead towards your Thursday. More on that coming up.
Neighbors fed up with trash piling up outside their homes.
I mean, this is completely unacceptable living conditions.
What their Maryland city is doing to help clean up the streets.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 9. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. A security scare right near the White House earlier this morning, shutting down several roads. A driver in an SUV, you can see right there, slamming into these barriers and taken down by police. DC News Now's Ben Dennis joining us live near the scene there at Lafayette Square.
Hi, Ben, you spoke with a former Secret Service special agent to the president. What have you learned?
The Secret Service is not sharing much information with us. Limited, more than 12 hours after this unfolded, right behind my shoulder, just 1 block north of the White House, and given the sheer number of agents nearby, this incident likely happened quickly. The Secret Service tells us right before 6:30 this morning, a driver crashed into a temporary security barrier near Madison and H Streets next to Lafayette Park. Agents say police immediately apprehended the driver, and DC's police explosives disposal team was brought in. They cleared the SUV and gave the all clear. Former Secret Service special agent assigned to the president explained how the situation likely did not get worse.
Always made sure there were contingencies in place, multiple layers in case someone would breach one outer perimeter with a vehicle, that they wouldn't be able to get into the secondary perimeter. And I think you saw the same thing happen at Mar-a-Lago last week when that man was on foot. He was able to breach one perimeter, but not the second one.
And tonight at 9 o'clock, more than 12 hours after this unfolded, still no word on who the suspect is, where they came from, any possible motive, and any charges. Chris, Susan?
All right, Ben, so what questions are the Secret Service agents likely asking right now?
Well, it starts with one key piece of evidence. It's something you and I carry, and most of us do it. That's a driver's license. That's a way to start making connections to where this person not only was from, but who they know, acquaintances, coworkers. But this was not the only recent example of a vehicle breaking some type of barrier or at least slamming into it into the White House. Back in October, there was an incident, also a high-profile case where a 19-year-old man from Missouri crashed a U-Haul near the White House in 2023, at the time allegedly to take over the government, install himself as president, and possibly kill then-President Biden. Here's more about the scope of finding more information, people at the center of similar investigations.
We're going to look at this person's entire life. We're going to get into their social media. We're going to talk to their friends, family, and associates, because the other thing that needs to be considered is, what if this was the probe? What if this was the person who was sent in because we want to figure out just how close we can get before somebody stops us? And once we realize where we're going to be stopped, now we can formulate a different plan to try to counteract that.
Again, key here tonight, there is no known evidence of any possible motive or circumstances leading up to this. Just north of the White House in Lafayette Park, Ben Dennis, back to you.
All right, still no name either. Ben, thanks for that update. All right, we have new images from the storm earlier tonight in Maryland. Take a look here. Montgomery County Fire tweeting out these photos. You can see the clouds here in Clarksburg. It's around 7 this evening. You see them rolling in with that beautiful orange sunset behind it as well. Look at that to the right of your screen there. That is pretty stunning there, and with the clouds as well.
All right, our chief meteorologist, Jackie Lair. Stunning to look at, but could be potentially dangerous there.
Yeah, I mean, that was earlier this evening, right around 7 p.m. That was really right in the thick of some of those severe thunderstorm warnings. Also, a few of those tornado warnings that we were talking about, mainly off towards our north and off towards the north and east of D.C. But thankfully, that severe threat has ended. So now we're watching for that cold front back out towards the west, and that will still bring a cold rain with it into tomorrow morning's commute. So yeah, we're not out of the woods just yet in terms of that precipitation. precipitation, but also, yes, that cold front, you guessed it, behind it, much colder air will be moving in just in time for your Thursday. So that summery feel that we had the last couple days, not sticking around for the rest of the week. But yes, earlier this evening, yeah, we did have quite the thunderstorms roll through just north of the district, out across parts of Loudoun County, out towards Montgomery County, where we did have those thunderstorm pictures that rolled in earlier. And then now, since that severe threat has moved its way over towards southern New Jersey, as well as parts of Pennsylvania. High temperatures today. Yep, it felt like summer. We had those highs yet again into those 80s. So we did break some records out there for the second day in a row. I mean, the records today were upper 70s set back in 2021. But yeah, we had those highs well into those 80s. Yeah, like I mentioned, not sticking around for Thursday and Friday. How much cooler is it going to get? And also, what can we expect for the weekend? That answer coming up.
All right, Jackie, all new tonight in the district, the 5-story apartment building evacuated after high levels of natural gas were found inside. It happened on Cortlandt Place in the Woodley Park neighborhood in northwest D.C. D.C. Fire is saying they believe that leak was caused by someone accidentally drilling through a gas line inside the building. No one was hurt, but crews cannot let anyone return to their homes until that building is ventilated.
Now to a warning for parents in Virginia to be vigilant. A man is accused of trying to get little girls in Culpeper to send him explicit images through TikTok. We are showing you his photo there, Angel Rubio Marin, because police believe there could be even more victims. Now, investigators say the 20-year-old targeted 3 9-year-old girls on the social media app. And they say he would then move the conversation over to iMessage, asking them for sexually explicit photos and videos, and offer to pay the children through Cash App or Robux, which is the currency used on a popular online video game. The Culpeper police chief says it is imperative for parents to monitor their children's online activity.
A parent chooses to let their child use these gaming platforms or these social media platforms on our phone to really, I hate to say this, to be over the shoulder and really be involved in their social media activity.
Now, Culpeper police also say that ICE officials are looking into the suspect's immigration status. Again, if you believe your child had contact with Rubio Marin, you are urged to call police.
A Maryland community is now a step closer to freezing out ICE agents.
A bill to restrict their immigration enforcement efforts now heads over to Montgomery County leaders for a vote. DC News Now's Yamari Sase joining us live there at the County Council building.
Yeah, so Yamari, what restrictions would that mean for ICE?
Yeah, well, the County Values Act would require ICE to have a judicial warrant to enter non-public areas of county property, like the building directly behind me. Now, essentially, supporters say that this will definitely help protect immigrant communities, and they are after today's unanimous vote. Many of them are very hopeful that they're one step closer to this bill passing.
Honestly unsafe and uncomfortable in my own community.
12-year-old Emily Garcia says she knows people who have been detained by ICE, and she says it's taking a toll on her community.
We should feel safe in our own community and with our environment instead of having to worry about immigration and just our own rights being crossed when it's not really supposed to be.
On Wednesday, a council committee unanimously passed the County Values Act. It will prevent ICE from entering non-public areas of county buildings, including parking lots and garages, without a judicial warrant. It also requires county employees to be trained on how to respond if immigration agents request access to county property.
I think it's important that folks know that these abductions, these kidnappings, they are happening in our community every day right now. I get referrals every day, and it's very, very painful. There are kids who are being left without their parents here.
District 5 County Council member Kristen Meek is the bill's sponsor. She says the county also plans to post signs at county buildings.
We want to be clear that Montgomery County property is not going to be used for those purposes. We absolutely do not consent, and we are going to make it as difficult as possible for them to operate here.
Garcia and Meek say they're encouraged to see the bill moving forward.
I'm really hopeful. It shows that our county cares about making communities safe and that leaders are listening to people who speak about this issue.
Now, the full County Council will vote on this on March 24th. For now, reporting in Rockville, Maryland, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
All right, Yamari. Meanwhile, Maryland's Attorney General has filed a federal lawsuit to stop work on a new ICE detention facility in Washington County. It comes as renovations continue on the project in Williamsport. The Department of Homeland Security bought the property for over $112 million back in January and is now converting the warehouse into a 1,500-bed detention facility. AG Anthony Brown asked the court to pause construction for up to 14 days while the court considers the state's broader legal challenge. Now, Brown is concerned once construction does begin, the damage to Maryland waterways, protected species, and communities cannot be undone.
A staffing crisis in the district as more officers are leaving to work for federal agencies. The police union says federal departments are just offering new recruits some huge signing bonuses. We're talking between $50,000 and $70,000, while Capitol Police offer a starting salary of $83,000. And you compare all of that to a new hire with DC Police, where starting pay is $75,000 and a $25,000 signing bonus. Union leaders also say some are leaving as they see less political scrutiny in federal agencies. It means that officers still on the force are working longer hours. The interim chief says they have clocked nearly 2 million hours of overtime last year. To make up for the staffing shortages, the department has now seen 7 consecutive years of DC Police having more officers leave than they've signed on.
2 D.C. golfers are teeing off against the Trump administration in federal court. It's over plans to redevelop the historic East Potomac golf links here. They're pairing up with the D.C. Preservation League, claiming the Department of Interior and National Park Service plans to destroy it to build a champion-style golf course. They worry the cost of tee times and maintenance will skyrocket. The suit says the government failed legal obligations to consider and mitigate effects of construction and the environmental impact and should be ordered to stop.
I think it's empowering that there's other people out there that feel the same we do and actually going to take action on it.
The judge declined to dismiss the case today, but the Interior Department released a statement in part saying the president has made affordability a cornerstone of this administration, and this project will be no exception.
A special trip to the district for more than 100 women veterans from Florida. And this historic visit bringing 159 service members from all branches of the military, marking the largest all-women veterans honor flight in Florida history. Organizers say it took 2 years of planning and some major fundraising to make it all happen. And the women spent yesterday, you can see here, visiting national sites and war memorials. And they say the experience was a celebration of their service.
This is an honor for us, and I'm going to start crying. It's amazing what the people did to put it all together.
Yeah, what a remarkable day for them, and so well deserved.
Oh, I love that they were all able to come together, though.
Absolutely.